Welcome to the Women in Leadership Foundation Leadership Development Program information session. My name is Carrie Schwabius. I'm a certified executive coach and consultant. I spent more than 20 years in corporate communications supporting executives to communicate with their audiences. I obtained a Master of Arts in Leadership from Royal Roads University and a graduate certificate in executive coaching. I live in Regina, Saskatchewan, and this is my business partner, Heather.
Thanks, Carrie. So my name's Heather Thompson, as Carrie shared with you, and I'm a certified executive coach and consultant as well. I have a master's in educational leadership and admin and a master's of counseling psychology. And I've spent over 20 years working with leaders and developing myself as a leader. And really excited to be here to share with you about our program, the program that we've developed. I live here in Sherwood Park, Alberta with my family, and I'm going to pass it back over to you, Carrie.
Thanks, Heather. So Heather and I met at Royal Roads University when we did our coaching certification. And when we completed the program, we decided to write a book about leadership. We called it Mind the Gap, Navigating Your Leadership Journey, which we wrote with our friend and colleague, Doug. When the book was published, we decided that we could turn the content into a leadership program. And we were so fortunate to partner with the Women in Leadership Foundation to make that happen. As women, we know what we faced in the workplace. We know the challenges, the self-doubt and second guessing. We know how hard it is to balance family and work and navigate a society and workplaces that were built by men for men. We're extremely frustrated by the inequity that still persists, and we want to change that. So it's our mission to support women to become confident, effective leaders so they can make positive change in the workplace and the world. And Heather's going to tell us about our program.
So Carrie and I designed this program, keeping in mind that the work-life balance, keeping in mind that time is, really valuable and important. So we've created a program. It's 12 weeks. We meet virtually every week, and it's on starting September 19th to December 5th, 2023. And we meet on a Tuesday. We go through 6 learning modules, and Carrie will share a little bit more about that. And we also do one-on-one meetings. So when we were designing the program, it was important for us to come up with specific outcomes. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about was, enhancing self-awareness. So enhancing self-awareness and developing emotional intelligence, or enhancing our emotional intelligence as well, is we recognize that it helps us to drive business results. Another key factor was gaining confidence as a leader. So many times we tackle self-doubt, imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs. And so we want to work towards developing more confidence in your leadership skills. We also want to make sure that you're walking away with, how do you engage employees through effective communication, through building trust, and through coaching. So how do you use those skills to help develop yourself as a leader? How do you influence change and drive and deliver results? So we're going to spend time looking at systems and change and looking at how does that work within your organization. We're going to champion diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we're going to bring in an expert that will talk you through some of those key points of the diversity, equity, and inclusion. You're going to have time through the Lighthouse, which Carrie will talk about, to build your authentic leadership style and leadership brand. And you're also going to have an opportunity to network, learn, and grow from other like-minded women. And we often say throughout the program, there's so much wisdom in the room, not just through Carrie and myself, but through coming together collectively as women who are on a leadership journey. I'm going to pass. So the next part here is the learning module. So we have set it up in 4 learning modules, starting with focus on self. Then it's on leading others. Then it goes leading in context. And then we focus on continuous growth. I'm going to hand it back.
Sorry, thanks, Heather. So I'm going to walk you through the learning journey when we're starting with leadership. So we're going to introduce each other, get to know each other a little better. We're going to talk about different types of leadership styles. And then I'm going to introduce you to the Leadership Lighthouse, which is a workbook that you can work throughout the program to define your leadership and how you want to show up as a leader. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to focus on self. That's where you're going to narrow in on your core values. You're going to articulate your purpose as a leader. We're going to work on self-awareness and wellness, because we know that's an area that women often neglect, especially busy women. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to focus on others. So how do we build trust and relationships? How do we effectively communicate? We're going to talk about feed forward instead of feedback. And we're going to show you how to coach your employees and have those difficult conversations. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to look at leadership in context, because we don't lead in a vacuum. There are all kinds of things that are influencing our organization and our people every day. So we're going to look at the systems in which we work and live. We're going to talk about how to deliver results, how to lead through change, and how can we as leaders influence our corporate culture. The next 2 weeks we spend on women and diversity, equity, and inclusion. As Heather mentioned, we bring in an expert to talk about DEI, and then we spend some time talking about our experience as women in the workplace. And finally, we know that leadership is a journey, and we want to set you up for your continuous growth. So you're going to have some plans for personal development. You're going to learn how to ask for feedback and how mentors and coaches can help you throughout your leadership journey. Here's what some of our former participants are saying about the program. Heather says, I highly recommend the Women in Leadership Development Training Program. The facilitators are wonderful, warm, knowledgeable, and serve as guiding lights throughout the program, keeping us engaged and on task while still creating space for important conversations with the cohort. I feel privileged to have been a part of this program, gaining knowledge and insights to help shape me on my leadership journey.
And Aurelia said, I am thrilled I completed the Women in Leadership Development Training Program. The program was well balanced and focused on learning about myself, my strengths, weaknesses, and emotional intelligence, but also how this applies to being a mentor and a coach.
Now we're going to hear from Jill.
Hi everyone, my name's Jill, and I recently started taking my leadership journey seriously, and I really want to talk about this awesome program I just completed. It's called the Leadership Development Program. I ended up taking it through WIL, which is the Women in Leadership Foundation, but it's also available through LumaLead and through the women that have put it together, Carrie and Heather. It was so great because we got an actual template to complete. So we have real live tools we can now take away and implement on our own journeys. We got a network with other women that are also on their leadership journey. Plus you get one-on-one strategy sessions with Carrie or Heather. So it's a really great opportunity to sort of tweak your path and customize it for you. I found it gave me the confidence to take that next step and work on the leadership style that is true to me. So if you're looking to become a leader or are a leader currently and are looking for some extra support or tips on how to progress forward or take that next step, I would really recommend starting with this program. It was just awesome.
So what does it cost, right? So what is included here? So it's included over the 3 months. You get the 12 instructional hours. We have 9.5 workshop hours. Each person will have their own EQI 2.0 leadership assessment. And then you'll get a 90-minute debrief with either myself or with Carrie. You also get in the program 2 30-minute one-on-one strategy sessions. And then we also provide you like books, articles, the worksheet, the Leadership Lighthouse portfolio as well. So lots of extra resources for areas that you want to dig into a little bit deeper. And the cost of that is just over $3,000, $3,200. And we have limited spots available. We run a small cohort.
So for more information and to register, you can go to the Women in Leadership Foundation website. And it's under About and Programs, and click on the Leadership Development Program. There are also training grants available. So we designed the program so that we could qualify for these grants. They are grants available to your employer, so your employer has to apply for them, and they will cover a portion of the cost. The requirements in the applications are different for each province. So all of the links to those programs in each province are available on the Women in Leadership website. And if you need any kind of support or supporting documents for the application, please send me an email and I'm happy to help you with that. If you have any questions about this program, please contact Heather or I. Our email addresses are on the screen right now. We'd be happy to talk to you.